Tony Paolo, your marriage coach here. Been thinking a lot about our years, over 3 decades in pastoral ministry. And we've been married for 34 years, and we were in pastoral ministry for 33 years, as we recently transitioned out of that to travel. And I've been thinking a lot about our marriage as we were pastoring Rhode Island, New York, Ohio, and I began to think of this thought, and I wanted to share with you. This is specifically for those who are in ministry, pastoral. You're in leadership. You're on staff. You're a missionary. You're a minister. Just because you're in ministry, doing spiritual activities doesn't automatically mean that your marriage is taken care of. All right. I mean, God does take care of you, right? When we obey Him, but we still have to be intentional. Because in my brain early on, I thought I'm a pastor, and doing pastoral things, and my wife doing pastoral wife things, we're going to be taken care of, kind of by virtue, by default. Wrong. And I think that we have this notion that it's going to happen by itself when it doesn't. In our upcoming book, we have a whole chapter on markers of intentionality. If anything, if you're in ministry, pastor, leadership, missionary, minister, you have to be more intentional just because of the virtue that's being, if I could use this term, taken from you or robbed from you from just everyday people. People are constantly pulling on you, pulling on your wife, pulling on your husband. And by the time you get home, the last thing you want to do is have another conversation to answer another question. And I remember coming home so exhausted. I am like, I just want to be lazy and go to bed. And so it's so important that as ministers of the gospel that we level up our intentions, right? So we are in covenant relationship with God, and we are in covenant relationship with our spouse. We are not in covenant relationship with our ministry. Hello, I'm going to say this for the people in the back. We are in covenant relationship with God. We are in covenant relationship with our spouse, and we are not in covenant relationship with the church. We are one flesh with our spouse. You, sir, you, ma'am, are not in one flesh relationship with your church and your ministry. And I want to let you know, sir, ma'am, your first work is your work at home. So on a daily basis, this is what it means to have markers of intentionality. On a daily basis, to create markers in your home to say every single day without fail, we're going to have intentional time to connect, communicate, and care for each other. And I wish there was moments in my ministry early on that I look back as I reflect. I wished that the times that I was so intentional in church, that if we could just be as intentional in our homes like we are intentional in our ministries. And as a senior pastor, I would come home, and when the kids were young, my wife's like, hey, I need you to, I'm tapping out, your turn. And I'm like, hello, my turn? And so we had to learn that we had to push everything aside. And we pastored different sized churches. So we had there's no excuse. There's absolutely no excuse. You push everything aside. And so somebody's going to feel cheated, and somebody's going to feel shorted. And I'd rather have somebody in my ministry feel slighted than my own wife, right? So this is it. Constant care, communication, and connection. So every day, and to this day, we if we are not intentional, it'll just pass. Every day, have a question set up to ask, to give us insight, to give you insight on how your spouse's day went. All right? No cell phone, put your iPhone. We have iPhone jail. No iPhone, nothing. No social media, no news, no emails, nothing. Nothing. Create an environment where every single day you say nothing is as important as this moment right now. Every day. Even when you're busy seasons in your ministry, every day create that marker of intentionality that you say, this 20 minutes, this half hour, this hour, this 3 hours that we've etched out, nothing is as important, obviously, besides relationship with God. Nothing is as important at this moment right now. You are in covenant relationship with your spouse. You, sir, you, ma'am, are not in covenant relationship with your church, with your ministry. If someone's going to feel slighted, let the ministry feel slighted. Your first ministry is your home. I'll talk to you guys later.